Good evening, everybody. This is Dan Harley with Tech Talk Dan Harley. It is November 12th, 2025, around almost 4:30 p.m. Pacific time here. And it's been a while since I've done one of these Tech Talk episodes here. And I'll tell you, it's life gets busy and things break, stuff like that. Anyway, I got not bear with me. I'm going to catch up a bunch of stuff here. Maybe got to preamble what happened here. For the longest time I've done this show, I got, I don't know, a couple of episodes. I love doing this stuff here, but if you ever talk to anybody that does podcasting or vlogs, whatever, it takes quite a bit to put this stuff together. I mean, the 10-20 minutes to do this stuff here could take a couple hours to do the editing, stuff like that. So it can get very frustrating. Plus, I had a mechanical issue here. I lost my media computer. And it took a while to get all put back together. Literally years. Here we are back together here. So anyway, so a much better situation, so and so forth. They did a couple, and I had to gather some stuff here and there and put the studio back together. So here we are. All right. Also, I want to thank a friend of mine. He actually got a bit of a critique over my previous episodes. Gave me some advice on how to be more efficient with this and actually get the point across a little bit better, stuff like that. He mentioned I should just tell stories. And frankly, I thought I was already. But he told me there's kind of a certain format you need to use to get it, do it the right way here. So I'm going to try to, hopefully I learned the right direction here. We're going to go that route tonight. So anyway, here is this story. The first one's called the Maverick Company story. So let me switch studios a little bit here. Okay. All right. What this is, a Maverick Company is basically a friend of mine, dear friend of mine, Ron Axelrod. He passed away a few years ago. But he's also one of my first clients when I opened up PrimeConcepts. In fact, I was still part-timing PrimeConcepts at the time here. So anyway, Ron was a naval aviator. He was a Vietnam veteran. He served as a pilot, Navy pilot in the Vietnam War. And also he was a Blue Angel, which was amazing considering he lives in the desert and an area where we're accustomed to having George Air Force Base and a bunch of wild weasels. In fact, ironically, a lot of his friends are old wild weasel pilots from the George Air Force Base. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, he actually took his knowledge, if you ever know anything about Blue Angels, they're very, very, very disciplined, driven, focused. He took that and put it into a real estate company, and he brought that to called the Maverick Company. He specialized in pre-developed land in the high desert. He had a really good operation going there, very successful at the time, 70s and the 80s and 90s, and to the point, his office had a fountain in the middle of it. So if I don't know, they don't see that very often. Actually fountain water in it is kind of cool. When I first walked in there, I thought it was amazing. So anyway, there was a decline between then and when I actually first met him. His the market was off, whatever. He tried to transition into the online market, whatever. This is the late 90s, and apparently at the time, I think it went through like 3 web designers by the time he got to me, and he was real distraught about it. He spent a lot of money on this. He figured this somehow, some way, we make this work, get his business back up and going, and everything be okay. So, anyway, like I said, I looked at the website and really, it was pretty obvious to me, but I wasn't sure because I asked Ron, he talked to me about how he put it together, how he talked to the web guys, stuff like that. And I looked at it and says, yeah, but how can he call? Where's your phone number at? And he looked at it, and I looked at it. Okay, where's the email at? An email address, anything, So long story short, there's no way to contact him. Even it went to the website, and nobody there, no way to get a hold of him. So it was it was dawned on him. He spent literally thousands of dollars getting to that point there, just to dawn him one simple thing causes all this whole issue. And ironically, this happens today. You see that quite often, even with 20, 30 years later. There is a fundamental issue with some web designers. They simply do not put out that contact information like they should on the website. But anyway, simple fix. And within days, also the phone started ringing. So pretty ironically, and then, so you know, basically it was kind of a miracle worker after that. So Ron and I got to be real good, probably good friends with that. So we started working on other stuff. The website did have some issues. So we started progressively building it up. Okay. One thing we did was we started putting it, obviously, mind you, this is late 90s. Okay. So all this stuff is current now, expected now, was innovative back then. So we started putting his property listings online in individual pages, PDF files, whatever. So his prospects can download it and look at it at their leisure wherever in the world. I do too. Most of his clients are around the world somewhere. There are very few of them are local here. So that worked out pretty well. Plus, he started collecting information from local news sources that pertinent to real estate related stuff. Put that online there. Basically a blog. We now call it a blog. Back then, it was news. So that turned out to be a resourceful information for his clients. And then we started doing SEO back before Google was around. So he started getting ranked up pretty well. And an innovative thing called email marketing. Ron used to have a very beautiful printed publication he sent out to his clients, basically encapsulating what the website was doing. Local news, promoting some of the properties. It was beautiful, but it was very costly because these are individual printing pages being mailed out to wherever. Now it's on email. Now it's on a website, so it's a fraction of the cost. Plus, we're able to spread out across the world much easier. In turn, the website started building traffic to the point of 10, 20,000 uniques a month to the website, which is insane amount of traffic. It was by far the most visited real estate related website in the region. And he was successful. He got to the point there that he worked about 6 months out of the year to literally shut down because I asked him why, and he actually literally told me to shut the website down because he make any more money, he's just paying taxes on it. So him and his wife would go out cruising for the rest of the year. So that was pretty cool. And I got feathered my cap with the early stages there, and it was a fantastic experience. So anyway, let me pop back the other studio here. Okay, so what do we learn from this here? You know, really, you don't need a massive budget to make your technology work for you. You need to look for those fundamentals things. Those things matter more so than spending $10,000 on $20,000 on a website. Okay, you need the right guides and practical strategy to set the same kind of mindset. Okay, Ron and I kind of looked at it. We need to get into his objective, frankly, making money, selling real estate, stuff like that. We need to worry about that rather than try and build a good-looking website. Contact information is important. Getting that information to his clients is important. Stuff like that. Okay, so we focused on that. Okay, and it worked out. And Ron dominated the market. He was basically one-man operation, two-man operation for quite a long time until he retired out. And it actually passed away too. And you know, nowadays we got a lot more modern technology available too, but still the fundamentals matter. Okay, so anyway, that's it. I hope you guys take away from this thing here. And let me know what you think about this format. All right, I'm curious to see what people think. And that said, too, you have any issues with your website technology? Since Ron added a lot of layers to what PrimeConcepts does, we also do cybersecurity, a lot of internet marketing stuff. We have about 200-300 different products available to you. Website solutions from zero to low cost, no cost stuff. We have resources to get you going in the right direction. Most importantly, here we'll work with you, make sure we got the right objectives, and we get from point A to point B. You know, we do it effectively, low cost, and you spend your money wisely here. So anyway, and also too, need help? Give me a call 760-247-4814. We still got a phone. Or visit primeconcepts.net. We got lots and lots of information over there. And also, too, first consultation is always free. And we also have a bunch of goodies we give away. So if you want to find out what they are, just give me a call. talk there. Okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in Tech Talk, and we'll see you next time.